Drew Baldridge in the studio, snuck in. Here he is.
Sneaking in.
Thought we had him out of the way. Here he is. You can see.
Not yet.
Not
Not yet.
When was the National Wild Turkey Foundation
Man,
or Federation?
That's in February.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I said, man, we've been trying to work on getting you in since February.
February.
That's
Crazy.
so crazy.
I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Apologize.
You're a little
that's
busy.
good.
Little
That's
busy.
good, man.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
You've got your story is so great. You're very talented. But here's the thing: in this industry, there's lots of people who are talented.
Yeah.
And some of them you know, and some of them you don't know. And there are people that you do know that aren't as talented as the people you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Crazy.
vice versa. It
Yeah.
goes all kinds of ways. But you did a thing that is really unique. There's very few have done what you've done and kind of doing it yourself. And when we say, what does that mean?
Yeah. So, I go back. I mean, I think we did an interview on here last year, probably.
Yep.
And we were talking about this adventure that I was about to go on. And, so just background, 2016, 2019, had a record deal, trying to send a couple songs to radio. They didn't work out. Lost my record deal, lost my manager, lost my booking agent. It was just like one of those moments. Do you just give up?
That's where most people quit.
Yeah.
They go, you
Yeah.
know what? I tried. I gave it a shot.
I gave it a shot. I go back home. I work for the family. I work on the farm, whatever, Well, I got to this point where I was like, okay, well, I'm not making any money. I'm broke. I got a girl that I want to marry. I can't afford a ring. I'm living on my credit cards. Everybody's shut down. It's COVID. What do? I was like, you know what? I'll just post on my social media and who wants a show in your backyard? And I thought I'd get like 5 requests. I was like, man, if 5 people have me in their backyard, that's cool. I'll go out and, see if I can sell some T-shirts to them or something. And, man, we ended up getting like 20-some thousand.
What?
Wow.
And so I went around the country for 2 years, 2021 and 2022, and I played in over 300 people's backyards, just me and a guitar and my tour manager. So there was a stint like we did 20 shows in 19 days. One night we did a show in the same town, across town for different people in their backyards. And it was just like the coolest, craziest tour I've ever done because it just made me change the way I thought about music. You get here in Nashville, you're just like, well, I got to make music that sounds like this. I have to make music that sounds like the radio. I have to make music that this guy is going to like because he's the label head. And I was in these people's backyards like, man, I just got to make music for people. Like that's when it really changed. I was playing cornhole and I was gaining a bunch of weight, eating a bunch of barbecue.
Are they like showing, like you're learning about their family?
Oh yeah. I mean, I would sit down at some people's dinner table and we would eat dinner together.
And
just
you don't
6
know
of us.
them.
No clue. Yeah. Just met them through Facebook and they're just like, hey, come to our house and be like, okay. And so I would just show up and we'd have dinner. And
Again, that's so crazy because, we get those things all the time where somebody will say, hey, I got this friend request or this request from so-and-so. Are they real or not? And usually the answer is no. But you were
real.
I was real.
No
yeah.
catfishing.
Yeah. And it was the coolest tour I ever done. And then it got to the point where, me and my wife got married. I posted this song on our honeymoon. It's called She's Somebody's Daughter. Mind you, the song was out in 2019 on my old record label. We never sent it to radio. There was a girl named Tennille Towns that had a song called She's Somebody's Daughter that I couldn't send it to radio. And looking back, it was such a God blessing that sometimes, in our life, we think that we know we're in control and we think that, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. And then God's like, no, not now.
my time, not
my
yours.
time. And for me, I was like, this was supposed to be it. But looking back, God didn't give me that because it wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
And now here we are 5 years later. I put 2021, sorry, I'm jumping around so many years, but 2021, me and my wife get married. I post this song, a wedding version that I made for her so she could dance to it with her dad. And we woke up the next day on TikTok and it had 10 million views. And I'm like, what is happening? Me and my wife were dancing, we're crying in our little condo that we rented. And, I thought I'd get a call from every record company in Nashville. And it was super interesting. I was getting calls by LA labels. Every day I'd get a call from LA and I'd jump on a Zoom with Capitol out there or Elektra. And they'd be like, man, we just want to get Nashville involved. And then we'd call Nashville. and it'd get kind of squashed here in Nashville, or they just wasn't as excited, or I would meet with them and it would be like, I'd text them the next week, be like, man, that was great. And then I wouldn't hear anything back. And I'd be like, okay, well, these people they're not excited, you know?
Yeah.
And so put this song up. It started streaming like crazy, became this trend on TikTok. They called it the daughter trend, where they'd post videos of their dad and the girls. And I would cry. I'd watch these videos, and I was playing all these people's backyards. I didn't really know the song was reacting as big as it was. I just felt it when I was in people's backyards. They were singing it, or they used it in their wedding. Well, then 2023 comes. I messaged some buyers because, like I said, I don't have a booking agent. So I'm just messaging buddies like, hey, can I play your festival? I'll cut you a deal, you know, and some of them let me play. And I remember the first one I played, it was outside of St. Louis. A little fireman's picnic is what they called it. And we're playing, you know, the crowd's different. It's like more people than normal. And I'm singing my songs and people are excited. Then I sing She's Somebody's Daughter. And it was like singing every word.
It came back to you.
I've never had
they
that.
were-
I look at my bass player who's been with me for 10 years after we got off stage, and I was like, man, do you remember people singing along? Nope, never. Never. I've been waiting 10 years for this, you know? And I was like, well, me too, man.
Yes.
And so I'm like, man, why can't I get a deal? And I talked to one of my buddies that was in radio for a long time named Tim Richards. I don't know if you know Tim Richards or not. And I was like, man, I'm waiting on a record deal. He's like, why? Why don't you just try doing it yourself? And I was like, oh man, you know, I don't know. I said, this is probably the only shot I'll ever get at radio again. You know, I've had 3 or 4 singles, they didn't work. This next shot is the only shot I'll ever get. And I was like, well, nobody else is taking a shot. And so
You invested in yourself.
I just said, let's try it. And so I just started calling.
That's so unheard of. I mean, it is so crazy to see that you did it and you put that investment in yourself. You and your wife put in the hours, and look at what happened.
Yeah.
Man, it is so wild. I remember telling my wife when I got home after that show and saying, I think I'm going to try this. I think I'm going to hire a staff myself. I'm going to find a staff. I'm going to call some radio friends, see if I'm crazy, and I'm just going to make a run at this. I said, I don't want to look back in 30 years when I'm 60
Let's go.
and say, why didn't I freaking try?
I know when you told us a year ago, whenever that you were going to do this, and we're like, yeah, and you walked away and out of the studio, and I told Bob, I said, that's stupid. This is never going to work. He should not do that.
And yeah,
I'm kidding.
But it's so funny. I mean, that's just how it's done in the past.
That's
though.
right.
Everybody says they're going to try it, and it doesn't work out.
All right, so here's the deal. Can we do this? Can you take us back to playing in backyards? Can we act like this is our backyard? Can we act like we sent you an email and you came to our backyard and we're now in our the Big D and Bubba backyard?
I like it.
And would you play some music for us? Yeah. All right, we'll tell you. We're gonna get. I'm gonna get. I like to smoke meat, so I'm gonna pull the smoker around.
All right.
And we're gonna do that. Bubba, he made a cornhole.
I did.
thing.
I made this cornhole board. It's awesome, and I painted it for you and everything. There's a D on this side and a B on the other.
Yeah,
it's
I like it.
not for Big D or Bubba. It's for Drew Baldridge.
For
Hey,
especially
nice.
for you,
And Carson made Rice Krispie treats.
which are the world's greatest.
Yeah, Shaver brought nothing, and Garrett is just filming. So
This sounds like the world's best backyard.
I
right
know.
here.
All right, we're
yeah.
gonna do that. We'll come back. Drew Baldridge is setting up. We'll do that on the way next. There you go. Drew Baldridge in the studio with us. He did a crazy thing during the COVID times. He asked people, "Hey, can I come to your backyard and sing?" Expecting 5 or 6 people. Get 20,000. 20,000 people.
Played over 300 shows in people's backyards across the country.
Complete strangers.
Crazy.
And ate at their dinner tables, got to meet everybody, invested in himself.
Live to tell the tale.
Yeah, I'm
Lived
alive
to
still.
tell.
Hey, isn't it
Nobody
weird?
poisoned me.
Isn't it weird how people live their life like inside their house? It's weird, isn't it? And the weird smells.
It was interesting sometimes, but most of the time it was kind of awesome because what I realized, it was like what you put out on socials and everything, it's people that listen to your music. And so most of these people, I'd be like, I'd hang out with you, you know, like
You already like mine.
already very like-minded people, you know, and I'm like, oh crap, we could put everybody in one big barn and have one big
you have
party.
a live, laugh, love sign too.
Yeah, cool.
You have tiny spoons? Okay, me too.
Yeah.
So anyway, we also asked him to play in our backyard. Here we are. This is our backyard. We're in the backyard. Big thing about the backyard.
Before we go into the backyard, as we are about to walk out, I want to get the facade, the sound effects of the backyard.
All right.
So this will be all the kids and everybody's playing. Uncle Jimmy's quarterback for both.
Yeah, I like the kiddie pool. That's nice. Is that vodka in this?
Yes.
All right. Very cool.
The only way to swim.
Drew Baldridge here in our backyard, just kind of hanging around. You take it from here.
We
This
take
is
it
your
from
party.
here.
Yeah.
All right. So we got anybody that likes some 90s country throwback? Yeah. So we got some George Strait fans. All right, I'm gonna play you some Alan Jackson then. Here we go.
Bubba's drunk.
Again.
Already.
Yeah.
Hey, I got that.
It started way back in 3rd grade. I used to sit beside Emmylou Hayes, her pink dress matching bow and her ponytail. She'd kiss me on the school bus and told me not to tell. Next day I chased her around the playground, across the monkey bars to the merry-go-round. And Emmylou got caught in passing me a note. Before the teacher took it, I read what she wrote. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Y'all take it.
Say yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good backyard singing right there, boys.
Man, this is great. You slipping, sliding, let's go.
And now I'm grown up and she's my wife. Still like 2 kids with the stars in our eyes. I still manage to chase Emmylou up and down the hall, around a bed in our room. Last night I took her out in a white limousine. 20 years together, she still gets to me. I can't believe it's been that long ago when we got started with just a little note. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. Check yes or no. And do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no.
Yes.
Check yes or no. Check yes or no. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Bubba got a fireball keg. You want some?
Man, maybe.
Yeah, I
Who
got to
knows?
run back inside and get it, but
There
I'll
you
be
go.
right back.
All right.
Also, the bouncy house is open for adults right now.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet. Gonna launch people across the neighborhood.
Double bounce me.
All right, Drew Baldridge, we're in the backyard. We're playing. We'll do more coming up. Hang on. Drew Baldridge in the studio with us, and we love the fact that we're inside our house right now.
Yeah.
We had to come inside. Bubba had. What are you making? Was this some kind of a
Macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese
just,
for all of us?
I started doing something else, but it was way too much.
Okay, so we're doing that. We're about to walk outside, and Drew is going to play some more music for us in our backyard because he did this. He did this for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, 21 to 22. And even we did some last year in people's backyard. I even did some. I'm even doing some more this year, actually. We did a handful where I thought, man, maybe this will just be a thing for the rest of my life where I'll just pick like 10 people
You're just going to be the backyard
That's so
guy.
cool.
and go
I love it.
and go play in people's backyards. Yeah, it's, just,
I hear-
it's
you get-
special for me, just as it is for them.
Well, get your guitar. Let's go back outside here.
All right,
Oh, we're going to go out the screen door?
Yeah. Oh, man, you gotta get this fixed. It's still gonna. Man, it feels great out
Look at
here.
the kids playing.
Yeah. Whose kids are those? I don't even know.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, good for them. Drew, we did have some requests.
Oh, crap. Okay. This was always dangerous when we hear those words when we're in the backyard.
Somebody is getting. They're getting married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I can do this.
And and they wanted to hear a song. Do you have any song that you feel is appropriate right now?
Yeah, I think I know one.
All right, well, just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and play it for you. Here's Drew
Yeah.
Baldridge. Do you want anything to drink, by the way?
Man, I got a water right here. I'm
Okay.
good. Maybe some sweet tea. You got any sweet tea?
Oh yeah. You want any weenies?
Some barbecue ones. Yeah, one of those little mini ones.
Yeah.
Weenies with the scorch marches. Mark,
Oh
that's the best.
yeah, and a little bit of barbecue sauce in it.
Yeah, I like it. There
Can't
we go.
beat that.
All right, this is a song right here. She's more than just a pretty face in a late night bar. More than just a pair of tight jeans sitting in your car. She's more than a last call kiss or a one night stand. Remember, boy, you weren't the first to hold her hand. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's everything. She's somebody's little girl, even if she's grown up and moved away. She's somebody's whole world. She's somebody's baby. And if you don't treat her right, hers won't be the only heart you're breaking. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's daughter. Her daddy bought her first car, taught her how to drive, scared her senior prom date under that porch light. Her mama wiped away the tears from her first heartbreak and said, honey, he ain't good enough for you anyway. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's everything. She's somebody's little girl, even if she's grown up and moved away. She's somebody's whole world. She's somebody's baby. And if you don't treat her right, hers won't be the only heart you're breaking. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's daughter. She's a picture on a mantle up above a fireplace. She's pigtails blowing out candles on a birthday cake. She's a driving off to college, tear in her mama's eyes. Yeah, she's a daddy's girl. You better treat her right, 'cause she's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's daughter, yeah. She's somebody's whole world. She's somebody's baby. And if you don't treat her right, hers won't be the only heart you're breaking. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's daughter, yeah. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's daughter.
Drew Baldridge.
Yeah.
She ever had a good thing? Is like we should call that the we're calling you Backyard Baldridge.
Well, it's so funny. I called it the Baldridge and Bonfire Tour.
Oh, that's good.
So I started off with Baldridge and Backyard and Baldridge Tour or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, that kind of sounds stupid. So I ended up going with Baldridge and Bonfire. We made T-shirts, and like all their little towns had their name on it.
Man,
And
that's
it
so
was
great.
cool.
I wish
Yeah.
you didn't have headphones on. You couldn't hear it, but Bubba had a sound effect of kids. It sounds like there's like a conference of kids. It's like
It's a
like
bunch of kids. I
it's a
mean,
bunch of kids.
800
the whole
kids.
neighborhood is here.
I love it. I
Just
love it.
wildness. What else we need to push for you?
Man, I was talking to somebody the other day, and it's like, it's crazy. We're sending this song to radio all by ourselves, and we're officially top 10 this week, which is
Congrats.
wild.
Amazing.
And maybe, in the next couple of weeks, top 5. And somebody was telling us yesterday, I was like, man, if you go number 1, you'd be the first artist in the history of country music to independently self-fund their first #1 single. It's never happened.
Is that right?
And so I think that's a pretty cool story. You know, it's like
So-
we're making history here in country music.
So
I would
push
like
it to #1.
Yeah,
That's
I would like
right.
to request all of our radio friends to play the heck out of this song and give Drew this record-breaking event.
Well,
Historic.
thank you.
So,
Historic.
yeah, very historic.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it would be super wild. And, you know, obviously I'm just super blessed, super humbled to even like be on your guys' show, thinking a year ago I couldn't get my music anywhere, you know, heard anywhere other than people's backyards. And so now, you know, to think this song has been streamed so much, but also top 10, man, top 10 in the whole
Believe that.
country just by believing in
By
yourself and
believing
believing
in
in your
yourself.
music.
And someone needs to hear that right now. Right?
And so, I mean, whatever you're doing out there, whatever job it is, it doesn't have to be music, but if you have a dream or whatever on your heart and people are telling you no or that you're crazy, go do it.
Yeah.
Go give it a try. You don't know what's going to be on that other side. And
It's
and,
better
you
to
know,
be crazy and wrong than have regrets.
have regrets. Yeah, and that's what I was going to, that's what I told my wife. Like I said, I was like, man, I don't want to look back when I'm 60, say, why didn't we try? That's the biggest thing. Even when I moved here at 19, I remember thinking people like, oh, you're going to move your little town of 500 people and move to Nashville. Good luck. And I was like, well, I want to, if I don't try, you know, I'm going to
It'll
look
never
back and
happen.
regret that.
Yeah, I'll
you
never
know?
do it if I don't
I'll never
try.
do it if I don't try. And so that's kind of the same thing with this song. And, you know, we're making some new music right now, a new project that we're working on. So hopefully I'm just going to put it out there. When this goes #1,
Yes.
we'll have a follow-up
Let's
ready
go,
to go.
let's
So,
go.
Yeah.
Drew Baldridge, everyone. Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.